So, gamers, we're back again this week. No one named this show.
Yeah.
So, I don't know what we're going to call it. For now, it is the show that will not be named.
Okay.
Going all Voldemort on this.
Sure.
So,
You can't say that word out loud.
I can.
Okay.
He's dead now, so it's all good.
Sure. Spoiler alert.
If you haven't finished Harry Potter by this point...
What if I haven't?
Right. Anyways, let's get into it. So, games this week. Not much. Nothing came out this week. Nothing.
Not really any huge
Nothing to
releases,
talk about.
no.
So, but what, have you been playing anything?
They just put up WWE 2K16 for free on Xbox
Oh, there you
One.
go. Yeah, they did.
So I'm a huge wrestling fan, so I've been plugging away at that. Like I had gotten 2015 and kind of gotten into the habit of only buying like every other year, just because I couldn't justify buying the same game year after year after year. So I was waiting on this new one, and now they just released the old one for free. So I was like, oh, sweet. So I've been plugging along at that. I've also been playing some Overwatch because they've been doing the summer games, which are pretty sweet.
You into Overwatch?
I am. I mean, I liked it a lot when it first came out. I kind of stopped playing once the ranked mode came by, just because I didn't have a lot of people that I knew that also played, and it was really tough grinding solo queues. So I played a little bit in the competitive queue, and then I just kind of abandoned it. And then I went on to Blood Bowl because Blood Bowl had they released a Necromancer team, which this goes back to my whole I love playing miniatures in my basement thing. Blood Bowl is one of my favorite board games, and so I've been playing a lot of that.
Very cool. Nice. I was playing No Man's Sky here at the store until we sold out of it.
Yeah.
And I got sad, and so I popped back in Uncharted. I've been playing the latest Uncharted a lot, and I'm loving that. I know it's a little old, and I'm a little behind on it.
Mm-hmm.
I feel bad for it because it is one of my favorite series ever. But I think I'm about halfway through the game now, and it's
Nice.
It's stellar. If you're into Uncharted, you should totally check Uncharted out. It is awesome. And No Man's Sky still gets 2 thumbs up from me as well. And now we got some copies back in, so hopefully I can play it next week, unless you all come in and buy it.
Yeah.
Which
Which
will
we highly
probably
recommend.
happen.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
Because it's that good.
anyways, other new stuff in video games. Gamescom is going on right now over in Germany, and they released a couple announcements for some new zombie modes for both the new Infinite Warfare and then also a Metal Gear zombie game. The Infinite Warfare one looks awesome.
Yeah, it's throwback 80s, kind of
Yes.
like how they did with Far Cry. What was that, Steel Dragon or something?
Yeah.
Blood Dragon?
Yeah.
Where it's oh, this is what the future is going to look like, but in the 80s.
Right,
Yeah.
Hasselhoff comes and pulls you back to battle these zombies at a theme park, I think it is.
Nice.
And you either take on the role of the jock, the valley girl, the nerd, and there's one other one, and I can't remember what it is.
The Outcast, Ali Sheedy, maybe?
No,
Okay.
it might have been. I'm not sure.
I'm just running through all the Breakfast Club.
Yeah,
characters.
exactly. That's what it was basically.
Yeah.
But it looks. I haven't. Full disclosure, I have not been a Call of Duty fan since the original Modern Warfare. I played them off and on here and there, but never got into them. But this is right up my alley because I totally love anything from the 80s.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm a little burned out on zombies, but I will probably play that
Yeah.
just because it's got this 80s themes going. It's 80s theme going for it, which looks awesome. The other one they announced was this Metal Gear zombie survival game, which it totally just feels like them
trying to
being
cash in.
that and hey, we're okay without you, Hideo.
Oh, yeah.
It's just
I can see that.
it's but you're really not, so maybe you shouldn't.
Yeah.
But we'll see. I mean, it looks like Metal Gear. It looks like they pretty much just took the engine and threw zombies on top of it, which is also a little weird for me because I've never, I don't know, I guess Metal Gear and zombies, I guess it kind of goes, but the trailer's interesting. Go check it out. You might be interested. It's getting a lot of hate online, though. A lot of hate, which is kind of sort of founded. But anyways, that's pretty much the news from video game world. They're showing a lot of stuff at the conference that's just more stuff we already knew was coming out. So nothing too crazy to talk about. As far as what's going on at the store, Smash 2 Blue won on Saturday. He took first at the Smash tournament, which that goes on every Saturday. We also have Melee on Mondays. I'm not sure, did it fire this week? I think it did. You weren't here, neither was I. Tony, who won Melee this week?
We're going off script.
Two blue?
Totally. No, that was
No.
That
like,
was
Melee.
For
on Monday.
Melee?
Yeah. Was it Ferocity again?
No, it wasn't Ferocity. It was some guy.
Noodle?
Some new guy.
Some new guy.
Some new
A
guy.
new guy
All right.
won. So, sorry, we
There
have
you
a new
go.
guy. We don't have your info in front of us. But we do play Melee every Monday at 6 as well. So, yeah, come on for those. That's Smash, the Smash announcements. So, we can move on to your
Magic.
neck of the woods.
Yeah, exactly.
Magic. And there's
so-
some stuff.
Yeah, so Conspiracy Take the Throne comes out in a little over a week. It drops on August 26th. All this week, they've basically been releasing a whole bunch of really sweet conspiracy spoilers. They've gone over, like characters that we've seen from the first one, like sort of like the evolution of those characters, and then also the new mechanics. So sort of the main card, sort of the card that the entire set revolves around, is the brand new Marchesa card, Queen Marchesa. So she's a new Mardu commander, which is always great because everybody hates Kalia, so now it gives you an excuse to not run Kalia. So she is one colorless, red, white, black, for a 3/3 Death Touch haste, which is awesome because it's basically just like you just slam her down, nobody really wants to block her, and then even if somebody manages to get rid of her, you can just get her right back. When she enters the battlefield, you become the Monarch. So this is one of the new mechanics
yeah.
is becoming the Monarch. Basically, if you're the Monarch, during your end step, you get to draw a card, and if somebody deals damage to you, then they become the Monarch. So
There's also there's a bunch of cards that play.
Yeah,
out
there's-
too,
there's-
if you're the Monarch.
Yeah,
other
exactly.
stuff happens too. So yeah.
So it's sweet because like red, white, black didn't have like a ton of good card draw, and now this is just like something that gets you a little bit of card advantage, which is awesome. It also says that at the beginning of your upkeep, if an opponent is the Monarch, you get a 1/1 black assassin creature token with Death Touch and Haste. So she totally feels like super sweet assassin, like all these things that like your opponents can't really play around because like she's got Death Touch, the tokens have Death Touch, you're generating card advantage, all this really cool stuff. So that's Marchesa. Another character that we saw in the original that is now back is Savala. So Savala is... Let me pull up the card. So Savala is a colorless 2-green for a 2/3 Elf Scout. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield, its controller may draw a card if the power is greater than each other creature's power. So she factors right into the mono-green, like big, huge, stompy creatures things. She also has an ability, green, tap, add X mana in any combination of colors to your mana pool where X is the greatest power among creatures you control. So she's like a mana dork that draws cards, and if you're playing big, huge, stompy creatures, it helps you out. I know people are always looking for sweet Hydra commanders because like Hydras are just
Hydras are awesome.
Yeah, Hydras are just people just really like them.
I love Hydras.
So she fits right into that. Another character who is back is Duretti. So Duretti was the mono-red commander from Commander, I think it was 2014. He's back as a planeswalker, but now he's also black. He's red-black. So he's 1 red-black. It's got a +1, put a 1/1 colorless construct artifact creature with Defender. -1, you can sacrifice an artifact if you do destroy target artifact or creature. And then his ultimate, choose target artifact card in a graveyard or artifact on the battlefield, put 3 tokens that are copies of it onto the battlefield.
Nice.
So you can make like really sweet combos with like, oh, I'm going to play a Wormcoil Engine, I'm going to sacrifice it to, blow something up, and then I'm going to make 3 tokens of Wormcoil Engines, which is just miserable to have to play against.
You should put that in your Bonesaw deck.
Oh, yeah. Bonesaw? I can't. That's standard.
You're right.
So another really cool thing that happened is I'm a huge fan of the format Tiny Leaders. One of the problems with Tiny Leaders is that there hasn't been a good Sultai commander. Well, now they just introduced one. His name's Leovold, so he's the Sultai colors, black, green, blue. He's a 3/3. Each opponent can't draw more than one card each turn, and whenever you or opponent you control becomes a target of a spell or ability an opponent controls, draw a card. So he's really good at denial. This whole Sultai thing of like using your graveyard for advantage isn't quite there, but I think it is still a pretty sweet card, and I like to see that they're showing some tiny leaders a little bit of love.
Yeah, you don't hear much. We don't play tiny leaders here.
No, I really like it, but
you don't hear a lot of people playing it too much.
So the last sort of character that I want to go over really quick is Adriana. She's brand new, but she features a new mechanic of the set. So Adriana is 3 colorless, a red and a white, for a legendary creature, Human Knight. She's a 4/4. She's got an ability called Melee. So the way Melee works is whenever this creature attacks, it gets +1/+1 until end of turn for each opponent you attacked with a creature this combat. So it basically, instead of just like trying to focus somebody down, it's encouraging people to try and attack as many different people as possible. That seems to be the overarching theme of this version of Conspiracy, is more like dealing combat to multiple people, like playing cards that it's not so much a group hug as it is group death. And then other creatures you control also have Melee with Adriana, so she seems pretty sweet. There's another mechanic that I didn't really go over that's called Goad. The way Goad works is you can force a creature to attack, but it can't attack you, which is pretty good in multiplayer games. There's even a threaten effect, so you can be like, oh, sweet Ulamog, I'm going to take it, and I'm going to attack this person with it, and then I'm going to give it back to you, and now you have to attack with it, but you can't attack me. So you're just generating tons of advantage that way. There's also a lot of really sweet reprints. So Serum Visions is getting reprinted, Inquisition of Kozilek, Phyrexian Arena, Birds of Paradise. Obviously, Inquisition is the number 1 reprint. I personally think that the new art is not that great. I know a lot of other people really like it. I think that it's really weird. It looks like there's a vampire who's just like coughing blood up on top of this weird Eldrazi thing. But my absolute...
I thought the art looked a lot like the old art.
No.
It's got like look like grabbing someone's head, or
that's the old art. Yeah.
I thought
The new art
maybe
is
not.
like there's like 2 vampires that are like fighting, and one of them has like a head crab on it, and then the other one's like coughing blood on his face.
Maybe I didn't
and it's
see
just,
the new art then.
Yeah, it's just kind of
I feel like I
it's
did,
just
but-
kind of a mess. Like I would be really curious to see what the
Maybe-
like the artist prompt was, like just to see like what is going on and then try to figure it out.
Sure.
I mean, like no disrespect to the artist. I mean, I think that it's well done. It's just like really confusing what's going on. And then like my absolute favorite card that is getting me super hyped for the draft is the Archdemon of Paliano. I think it's super flavorful. It fits right in with the undercosted demons that do really bad things to you, sort of like Abyssal Persecutor or Mindrack Demon, where if you can't get it to work for you, like bad things happen. It's 2 black, 2 colorless and 2 black for a 5/4 flying demon, and when you draft it, you have to draft it face up. And you have to draft 3 random cards out of the next 3 packs. I think that's awesome. I think that's like fits perfectly in with the whole changing up draft format. I think it was a great card for them to put in the set, and really like it's a unique thing that you can't put in any other set. So that's my overall personal favorite.
Because you have to when you draft him face up.
Yes.
And then
the
next 3 cards.
Yes.
you
Your
have to
next
draft
3 picks
blind.
are totally random. Yeah. Which you're getting an undercosted demon, but like you're also severely like handicapping yourself during the draft, which I think is just like I said, super flavorful.
Yeah.
I love it.
It's definitely cool.
I'm
so
that's
for Conspiracy.
Yeah,
I think
it's a ton of fun. Like I said, I drafted a whole bunch of the first go around.
We did a few drafts here. I think before you came on
straight
board.
up,
but
straight up Conspiracy. It's a lot of fun. I really liked it. I highly recommend anybody who hasn't done it try it at least once.
Yeah, Conspiracy's cool. If you're into drafting, then you totally should check out Conspiracy because it's
Yep.
right up your
So
alley.
to give you an update of kind of like the different events and different things that are going on in the store, we had game day last week. I ended up winning. No big deal. But
it's because I
it was
here.
it was super close. Every single one of my games went to 3 games. I went to time 3 times. I beat one person in like the final round of turns. So everybody had a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And then we also had our Sealed League, which has been ongoing.
My deck's doing a lot better. That green-white that I built, I actually went 2-1 the last 2 weeks instead of the 0-3 that I went the second week.
I'm still undefeated with Abzan. It's just mono removal deck. Is really
I haven't
good.
played you since week 1. We should throw down here and see
We can, yeah.
with our new decks what happens.
So Tony and I are in first place.
You're tied?
Followed, yes.
Oh, really?
Followed very
Okay.
closely by
By
Gabe
Gabe.
and Tyler. They are tied for points. Basically, you get 3 points for a win, 1 point for a loss. So our Tony and I records are exactly the same. I actually challenged Tony to a game because he's like, "Oh, I hope that you lose," and I was just like, "Okay, then just beat me." What? I did. No, that happened.
Tony's denying.
So that's what's up with the Sealed League. We have 2 more weeks of that left.
Yep.
And then yeah.
And then we'll start another one, most likely, because it's going well.
Probably.
Everyone's loving it.
Everybody. This is the 3rd one that we've run. And everybody really likes them, just because like it's like
very
I said,
accessible.
It's very
Yeah.
accessible, and then also, like I said, I really like the whole aspect of like you really get to see people's journeys.
Yeah.
And then a lot of people are like
yeah.
playing either decks that they normally wouldn't play, or with cards they normally wouldn't play. Like I'm not really big on green or white, but like those are my best cards, so I'm playing with them.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm green-white, you're green-white.
Yeah, I mean,
There's a lot of green-white
Green
this time around.
So green, white, black was one of the more powerful draft decks that you could make in Shadows or Innistrad. So it's not really terribly surprising that I'm
Right.
seeing a lot of green, white,
Yeah.
black decks. There's like no blue decks though, which is really crazy because
I
blue
tried
is like,
going blue. I
is
tried going
really
blue-red,
good.
and it didn't mesh.
Like the blue-red all spells deck is just absolutely nuts to have to play
Yeah.
against with like Thermo Alchemist and all that other good
Yeah.
stuff.
So okay, cool. Sealed League's going well. From the Vault lore came out today as well. We have a very limited supply, as there always is with the From the Vault stuff. So if you want it, you should get in quick because it will probably be gone soon. Other stuff that's coming up on the 28th, we have Halo 5 and Conspiracy, the special Conspiracy event. The Halo 5 is going to be a free-for-all tournament. It's getting a lot of hype on our Facebook page, so definitely come on out if you're into Halo 5. Then we've got Hearthstone the next Sunday on the 4th, and then we just slotted in a Street Fighter 5 tournament for the 11th, so that is a big announcement. Yeah, it's going to be cool. We're probably going to need some people to bring some consoles if they have them. So if you're into Street Fighter 5 and you want to do that, that would be awesome. You'd obviously get a comp on your venue fee and all that kind of good stuff. Other than that, just our regular stuff every week. You know, we got Magic going all week long. We got drafts. We got Commander. We've got Friday Night Magic. We've got our Smash stuff that we've mentioned. So yeah, that's it. Is there anything else coming up?
Not that I can think of.
I don't think so. So yeah, that's it for this week. Yeah, if you want us to name this show, let us know what you want us to name it. Same question this week. 'Cause it needs a name. It needs
I feel
something.
like so.
Yeah. So.
Or again, if there's anything else that you'd like us to talk about,
Right.
I am totally down for that.
For sure. Cool. All right, guys. Well, we'll see you next week. Bye.